Terry, are you ready to start?
I am.
And do we have a quorum?
I believe so.
Yes.
Yes, we
Yes,
do.
we do.
All right, it is noon. I will call to order this regular meeting of the Operations Oversight Committee and the Board of Retirement. And before I go further, Terry has some announcements to read and attendance to take.
Thank you, Chair Bernstein. This meeting is being conducted virtually, so I will do a roll call of the trustees to confirm attendance. Mr. Knox,
I am here.
Mr. Santos,
Here.
Ms. Gray. I'll come back. Mr. Sanchez,
Ms. Gray is here.
thank you. Mr. Sanchez,
Yes, present.
Mr. Moore,
I'm here.
Mr. Kehoe, Mr. Robbins,
Here.
Ms. Zapanta, Mr. Pryor,
I'm here.
Mr. Harris,
Here.
Chair Bernstein.
I am here.
Staff participating in the meeting include CEO Santos Kryman, Deputy CEO Louis Lugo, AEOs JJ Popowich and Laura Guglielmo, Chief Counsel Stephen Rice. Staff and managers participating today include Tamara Caldwell, Mary Lou Britado, Hernan Barrientos, Erica Haru, Kelly Puga, Gerald Bukakao, Bob Schottfeld, Kathy Delano, Somi Vong. Trustees, please use the Zoom chat option to be placed in queue. At this time, we ask all meeting participants to mute your mics until you are ready to speak, and we may now proceed with the agenda.
Thank you, Terry. We are on to item 1, approval of the minutes, which was August 3rd. I would note I was not here, and I want to thank Vice Chair Santos for stepping in and running the meeting for me.
Move approval.
I will second.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Knox,
Aye.
Mr. Santos,
Aye.
Mr. Sanchez,
Aye.
Chair Bernstein.
I will abstain.
Okay, the motion passes with one abstention.
Great. We are on to public comment. I'm unaware of any requests from the public to speak. Have any come in?
I have no requests.
Thank you very much. We're on to item 2. We have a number of presentations, but the first, the LACERA operations briefing, is being presented as for information only. So I'll just ask if there are any questions or comments before we move on to our first established presentation. All right, seeing none, we are on to disability retirement online application preview. Take it away. I believe it's Tamara and Hernan.
Good morning, Chair Bernstein, trustees. I'm thrilled today to be able to provide a live preview of the disability retirement online application, which is scheduled for a soft launch on my LACERA portal tomorrow. Joining me today is Hernan Barrientos, supervisor in the Disability Retirement Services Division. He'll be showing you the live demo today, and Mary Lou will be assisting us with driving the slides. Next slide. I'll briefly go over our agenda. I don't want to take up too much time, but first I'd like to introduce you all to our project team that worked tirelessly on this project. Then I'll briefly discuss our project approach and focus and provide a high-level view of our project timeline. And then we'll round everything up and have Hernan go over and provide the preview of the online application. Once the demonstration is complete, we'll stand for questions from the committee. Next slide, please. This project was truly a multi-divisional collaboration from start to finish. Our goal was to deliver a simple and straightforward online disability application to our membership. Disability Retirement Services provided input into the concept and design, and we served as subject matter experts. Our systems division provided the technological know-how and programming expertise. Our project management group, PMG, assisted with project implementation planning and staff training, and our communication division reviewed the content to ensure we were in alignment with LACERA.com, my LACERA, and all of our written materials. I'd like to recognize some of our project leads. From Systems, Kathy Delano, Larissa Fradkin, John Gaffney, and Lynn Francisco. From PMG, Alex Ochoa, and from Communications, Erica Haru. I'd also want to acknowledge our Member Services Call Center, Disability Retirement staff, who will be instrumental in assisting our membership with navigation and technical issues, as well as providing comprehensive information about the disability retirement process should members call into our office with questions. Next slide, please. This is a quick snapshot of the entire project team. As you can see, this was a huge undertaking that and we brought in a lot of staff to make this project move forward. Next slide, please. I'm not going to go over this slide into too much detail, but I would like to highlight when we started to discuss this project, we made sure that we considered our leadership philosophy, our organizational, and our DRS divisional focus. And we really wanted to make sure that we improved our processes, made things simple. We were using modern technology to improve our member experience. Next slide, please. Here's our project timeline. Developing the online disability retirement application was one of our strategic goals. We were very excited to get this project underway. We had our first kickoff meeting in May of 2021. During that kickoff meeting, DRS and the IT division met to discuss project scope, develop a project plan and schedule. We reviewed our existing paper application and discussed the concept and design of our new online application. Then we moved into the development phase. During this phase, we took part in quite a few meetings to review and test various mock-ups of what the application would look like, how it would function. And once we were finally satisfied and had our prototype completed, we transitioned to the testing phase. During the user testing phase, we pulled in several staff from Disability Retirement Services who tested the navigation, the features, and the function of the application, while Communications also tested the features and functionality. They also reviewed the content and language within the overall application design. Each group provided valuable feedback to the project team, and we went into our second phase of development. With the feedback from the testers and Communications, we entered a second phase of development to revise the application. This included some minor and moderate programming and language changes. While the second phase was underway and the IT division was working on the changes, we brought in PMG to assist in developing our implementation and training plan. PMG worked with Member Services Call Center and Disability Retirement Management and Supervisory staff to discuss what resources were needed to support this new tool. We'd also developed written training materials for staff so they could reference this information to assist them when they were assisting members with the navigation of the application. We also conducted virtual trainings with Member Services, Call Center, QA, and disability staff. It was a two-part training. Initially, we began with the disability retirement refresher. We provided staff with updates with regard to our overall process so they understood the general and basic concepts of disability retirement, and they would be able to relay that to our membership. And then we followed up with an online application training, which was a training to show staff how to navigate the various features within the application itself. I'd like to talk a little bit about LACERA support. We've implemented a dedicated prompt available to members when they call in regarding issues and questions related to the LACERA portal. The call center will handle the navigation and technical questions and some of the general and basic questions about disability retirement. However, should the call require more in-depth counseling, those calls will be directed to Disability Retirement Services, where we will have multiple staff available to assist the member with questions. Our staff has also been trained regarding navigation and technical issues because we realize there may be an overlap. With items 1 through 4 completed, we're now ready for our soft launch, which is scheduled for tomorrow morning. During this phase, we will solicit member feedback. We anticipate that the feedback we receive from our members will create additional opportunities for future development enhancements of the online application. Feedback will be solicited via a survey opportunity after each submission of the application. Our next phase will be the official launch, which we anticipate will be scheduled for November. We're going to do a communications multimedia campaign where announcements will be placed on LACERA.com, My LACERA, and other member newsletters and publications. We'll continue to survey members who submit their application so we can continue to gather more information in case future enhancements are needed. Next slide. And now, without further ado, I'm going to turn everything over to Hernan so he can show you a live demo of our online application.
Yes, thank you so much, Tamara. Good afternoon, Chair Bernstein, all trustees. Again, I echo Tamara's sentiments in giving a resounding thank you for all staff involved with this project. I'm excited to see it roll out and give you a brief demonstration of what we could look forward to. So beginning with our soft launch on September 8th, contributory plan members logging on to mylacera.com will begin to see a little dialog box here on the lower right saying that they are now eligible to file for a disability retirement on mylacera.com. So it'll be completely new. And so once they click on that, they will be given a brief explanation of the timeline they will be, of the application process that they will be going through for the benefit. They will then be taken to go to the application for disability retirement, and they will begin by selecting the benefit for which they are applying for. So it could be service-connected disability retirement, a non-service connected disability retirement. So they will have the option to choose both, and there's language there to provide them some information regarding each benefit. And we also do offer here and let them know that there is a supplemental disability allowance, which internally we refer to as the salary supplement, and ask them whether they are interested in accepting another position with the county while they pursue this benefit. One of the really nice things about the online disability retirement application is that the questions and the application is dynamic to what the member selects. So for example, here, if I select no, then there's no additional information. However, if I do select yes, then I see that there is a required document that I may have to submit to DRS further down the line. So the link is provided to the document, and also the member is informed that although the document will be required at some point in the future, it is definitely not required to right now to submit the application itself. So once they make all selections for the benefit they wish to pursue, then click save, and they are taken to the overview of their application for disability retirement. The application will have all the information necessary for our disability retirement specialist to process the claim, to gather all the information. It will have the basic members' basic information. We also do gather the occupational history of the member, such as the position they worked, any department contacts like return to work coordinators, witnesses, and any other benefits they may be receiving while potentially out on leave. We also do obtain the history of injury illness, so they tell us what they are applying for, what conditions or illnesses are incapacitating them from performing their usual duties, and they have more than enough space to enter all the information they need to convey to us in order to process the application. And lastly, we do have medical treatment, so we do ask the members to let us know who you have treated with and their specialties, and whether they've treated with Kaiser as well. So one thing you may notice here in the overview screen is that these two sections are in green and checked off. This indicates to the member that these sections have been completed, and that there's no further action needed on their part for this particular section. Whereas here in occupational history, it does tell the member that 86% of it has been completed, and the way it notes that a member has not completed it is when there's a little prompt here to add. So if I go here to add and ask that I have no previous LA County employee, which is true in my case. I began my career with the with the county. I'll click no employers to add, and you will see that this occupational history section is now in green and checked marked. And on the right side, we do have required documents. So we do have specific requirements for documents that need to be uploaded. So once the member is ready to upload some documents, they can hit the upload button. They can select a file on their computer. Select the file and click upload. So since I did indicate the salary supplement interest, it does have it here. So I will, just for the sake of demonstrating, I can upload that. And so a member can upload as many documents as needed. And the upload section is dynamic to the benefit selections that they have made. And with important, the physician statement section, they are able to upload more than one. So once all that is completed, you'll see that the required documents, you'll see 4 of 4. The member can double check, make sure everything is there. If they need to edit, they can edit here before they submit and click save. And whenever they're ready, they can go ahead, review and submit. And they have one last chance to make sure any additional information that they wish to submit. They verify, and we've taken some additional screens to give the member one last look to make sure that no information has been omitted. If they do wish to go back, they can go hit the cancel button and they will return to the overview. And the member does have a chance to submit any additional comments if they so wish that the Board of Retirement, they may wish to, for the Board of Retirement to be aware of. And so they go ahead and sign. I can type it here. And you can go ahead and submit. So here it's we give a little success page, let the member know that the application has been submitted, and it does give some additional information where we do let the applicant know that our DRS intake unit will go ahead and begin review of the application and will notify when the application has been accepted. So we typically send a letter to the member and their attorney if they have one to let them know that it has been submitted. If there are any issues with it, the missing signature or anything else, then we will go ahead and reach out to the member and let them know and advise them what's next steps to take. We do also let them know that if they do not hear with us within 30 days, to please give us a call and we will promptly help them out. And lastly, the applicant can review their application and they can save this to their computer, they can print it out, they can do what they would like with it, and they can save this for their records. So that concludes my brief demo of the online disability retirement application, and I will hand it over to Tamara for any questions you may have.
Thank you, Hernan. One thing that we also wanted to share with the trustees is that the application does not have to be completed in one setting. It does save. So if a member has to go away, to do some daily life type activities, the application will be saved and it'll be there whenever they want to come back and pick up where they left off. Mr. Knox.
Thank you very much for the presentation. The system looks very robust and useful. If an applicant checks that button at the beginning that says they're willing to explore positions in other county departments, what happens after that? How is that handled from that point forward?
Once we accept the application, the investigator will actually have a robust discussion with the member regarding the salary SUP, because the expectation is that member has to contact their department and have a discussion about their interest in the salary supplement, and the department and the employee will work together to hopefully locate a position that's viable for them for the purpose of the salary supplement. And Retirement Services is not involved in locating that position, but we will provide support to the department with regard to, you know, taking in information and making sure that that job is a viable position within the context of our disability retirement process.
Okay, I guess I get that's not LACERA's responsibility. I'm just wondering if the handoff should, was this discussed at all with the Department of Human Resources on the county side, just to see if they can help facilitate this, just because I think it's a bit of a challenge to expect that the employee is just going to be able to proactively go find something. Yeah, I was just wondering if DHR somehow was going to help facilitate, or were they, you know, included in this discussion at all?
Yes, they are actually heavily involved in this process. They introduced recently a new framework with regard to how that they will approach locating positions for employees who have an interest in this type of benefit. They'll do an initial internal search to see if there's any viable positions. And if they can't find anything internally, they will then broaden the scope of their search countywide.
Perfect. Thank you.
Are there any other questions or comments? Cameron Hernan, this is fantastic. It's so impressive, and I'm excited to see how it works online. I presume you have staff available if people have questions while they're working through the system?
Yes, absolutely. We have staff from both our member services group as well as disability retirement. All have been trained to be able to assist the members with navigational issues while they're in the application and trying to move through to succession, or if they have specific questions about the disability retirement application itself. We're really looking at this from a joint collaboration where both member services, call center, and disability retirement services are engaged with the member to ensure that they're able to fill out their application without any problems.
That's great. Again, it looks terrific. So thanks to everyone who's worked on it. Anyone else want to weigh in before we move on to the next presentation?
Mr. Bernstein, if I may make one last
Of course.
statement.
Oh, yes, you may take the final word, please.
I would also like to thank the Board of Retirement for supporting this endeavor, as well as the executive office. We wouldn't be able to do these types of things without your support, so we greatly appreciate your support. And again, I'd like to thank all of the people who were involved in making this project successful, and we can't wait for the launch tomorrow.
That's very kind and generous. And again, thank you to you and your team as well. So we will move on now to item C, a report on communications, a LACERA walkthrough video that's going to be led by Erica Haru. Erica, take it away when you're ready.
All right. Hello and good afternoon. Let me just. One second. All right. Let's see, share my screen. Let me try that one more time.
Erica, I'll go ahead and show the presentation.
I think I,
Okay, very
But-
good.
okay. You
Yes.
guys see it? Does everyone see it? Okay, great. Thank you guys for your patience. I'm Erica Haru, the communications coordinator, and I'm excited to share with you the production of the LACERA walkthrough video. So let's begin. All right, so the purpose of the LACERA walkthrough video is to continue to educate members about the benefits of LACERA and help them learn about the tools available to improve their experience as they go through their retirement journeys. Our goal from a communication standpoint was to create a visually appealing video to walk members through the important features of LACERA, help members learn how to navigate and find the information they're seeking, and to reduce the number of inquiries coming into the call center. So how we executed on this video, we partner with member services to develop the script. And I would like to give I would like to mention James Nicholson. He's our writer. He did a great job taking the script from a script to an actual walkthrough story. Once we had the story developed, we then collaborated with our video production agency to generate the video. A voiceover actor details each feature segmented by active and retired member. The video covers navigation throughout the member portal and takes a deeper dive into each section in the tools available to provide a clear and easy to follow demonstration with how to use LACERA. All right, so where can I find it? Great question. So the quickest way to access LACERA, the LACERA walkthrough video, is by visiting the homepage. Clicking on the sign up for LACERA tile, which will then take you to the sign up for LACERA landing page. Another way to access the video is through LACERA's YouTube channel. Once you're on LACERA's YouTube channel, just click on the videos tab, and that will bring up the LACERA walkthrough video. So we did something different this time. Due to the length of the video, we decided to create bookmarks. Bookmarks is a quick and easy tool used to locate sections throughout the LACERA video as it pertains to the member's needs. So the member doesn't have to sit through a 9 to 10 minute video. They can simply access the important sections that they need through the bookmarks. So the bookmarks will work in 2 different ways, depending upon where the member is viewing the LACERA video. So if the member is viewing the video from LACERA.com, they simply hover over the video progress bar, and the bookmarks or the chapters will appear. So as you can kind of see at the 6 minute and 23 mark, we do have a bookmark that says access your tax information. The member were to click on that, that would bring them to that part of the video. To access bookmarks from YouTube, it is a little bit different. So if the member is viewing the LACERA walkthrough via the LACERA or via LACERA's YouTube channel, they will go to the bottom of the video container and click on View Chapter, which is to the left of the closed caption icon. So once they click on View Chapter, the list of bookmarks will appear to the right of the video container. Now, here is a sneak peek of the LACERA walkthrough video. As mentioned, it's about 9 minutes in length, so this sneak peek will provide a great illustration with how the walkthrough makes it easy for the member to learn the various aspects of LACERA, starting with how to register.
Hello, and welcome to LACERA. This is your personal retirement account, making it easy for you to stay safely and securely connected to your most important LACERA services. To gain access to all that LACERA has to offer, you simply need to register an account. When you register, you will be able to calculate your retirement, send secure messages, upload documents, and have access to many more helpful features. Registering on LACERA is very quick and simple. Visit LACERA.com and click on the green My LACERA button on the top right-hand corner of the screen. On the My LACERA registration page, click Register Now, and you will be prompted to enter your personal information to set up your profile. From there, you will create questions to confirm your identity and prevent unauthorized access to your personal information. Once you successfully register and log into your LACERA account, you are redirected to the welcome page.
So that is just a quick snippet of the video, of the LACERA video. I hope that you found just within that probably 2 minute, 1 minute snippet of registering that gives you a detailed or a great example of how the walkthrough makes it really simple and easy to understand how to use the various features and tools within LACERA. We will continue to, of course, promote LACERA just consistently. Right now, we are promoting it on the homepage of LACERA.com. It's within the news and announcements section. We also are working on an email blast to active and retired members, which is scheduled to launch this week. So that is, that's the LACERA video. So thank you. Any questions? Yes, Mr. Knox.
The video looks fantastic. I love those. And I think, you know, collectively, the county could do better in terms of producing those little snippets for constituents and especially LACERA with the members. I guess I would just want to make sure, and I know you mentioned this with the outreach to active and retired members, but just, you know, the beginning of that video, you know, shows folks that look to be retirees. And I just would want to make sure that we're engaging our active employees and that younger employees know that, or newer employees to the county know that they should be doing this too, and not just at retirement age.
Yeah, so the video, great question. So the video is segmented by active and retired members based upon the features that they would use. So within the video, there is an active section where we do have stock photography that relates to that demographic.
And will
so
there,
there's more of that.
And will there be versions in alternate languages, Spanish in particular?
That is something that we can consider. Yes, that's something that we can consider. We haven't spoken about that, but that is something that we can consider.
Yeah, I would suggest that, just, you know, a lot of Spanish speaking employees in particular as well.
Right.
Armenian, Mandarin, et cetera. So that those would be my suggestions, but it looks fantastic. I appreciate the work that goes into this.
Thank you.
Mr. Sanchez?
Mr. Sanchez?
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for that. Everything looks fantastic. I would also suggest that you consider the multiple languages. I think that makes sense considering our constituency.
Okay, will do. Thank you.
Well, I also agree. It looks terrific, and you all should be very proud of it. I do want to thank you. We've about an hour of presentations, and I look forward to exploring more of it later. But it was nice of you to cut it down for us because of the time that we have. But
sure,
everything about it looked great, and I look forward to seeing more.
Thank you.
All right. I think we then are ready to move on to our final presentation regarding Member Service Contact Center, LACERA Support Queue. And we have Kelly Puga and Gerald Butaka Sr. to take that away for us.
Hi, good afternoon, Chair Bernstein and trustees. Today we are going to talk about the new LACERA Support Queue and give you an update on how it is performing. The LACERA portal provides members with secure access to information about their retirement benefits and is a key part of our efforts to provide members with self-service capability. As an online portal, there is an expectation that it is secure and easily accessible 24 hours a day. Occasionally, members will forget their passwords or their challenge questions, or may need assistance on the functionality within the portal, including viewing documents and how to upload a document so that LACERA can process their request. When members need assistance accessing their account online, the expectation is that the assistance is available on demand. Members would call the Member Services call center and would have to wait in the main queue, which added to the high volume in calls and long wait times. And this is the reason why the LACERA Support Queue was created, to improve the member experience, reduce call wait times, and to provide specific LACERA support to our members making these calls priority. The new queue went live on August 10th. How did we prepare for the new LACERA Support Queue? Well, the team prepared and launched the new queue in 6 days after meeting with the executive office Monday, August 1st. Initially, this queue is staffed with trainees from one of our 2 core benefit classes, a total of 10 trainees. On August 2nd, we created policies and procedures, a total of 48 pages. Then August 3rd, 4th, 5th, 8th, and 9th, we provided an in-depth review of policies and procedures, demonstration, navigation, practice, and role play, and most important, checking for understanding and answering all of the trainees' questions. In addition, after that, on August 10th, the LACERA Support Queue went live. So we're very proud that we were able to accomplish this in 6 days. In addition, we rearranged the automatic voice response options to help direct members to the correct queue. Option 1 became the LACERA support queue. Option 2, RHC, option 3, payday information, and option 4 was a member services queue. Prior to the implementation of August 10th, 7.5%, which equates to 1,197 calls of the total monthly member services calls were about LACERA tech support.
Good afternoon, Chair Bernstein and trustees. So now you're probably thinking, how did we do with the LACERA queue? Over the first 14 days from its implementation, the LACERA queue has received 94 calls a day, and the team has answered 91 of these calls on the average. The queue has also averaged an 11-second wait time, which has helped us achieve a service level of 98% of calls answered within 60 seconds, exceeding the member services target of 80%. Of the 91 calls that we answer a day, 46% of these calls are transferred to either member services or retiree healthcare for further assistance with additional retirement or healthcare related questions our members may have. The average handle time we have for this queue is at 9 minutes and 14 seconds. This brings us to this next slide where we wanted to illustrate the mix of calls that the LACERA queue receives. The majority of our calls are composed of the top 3 calls which we get, which are first, 38% of our members forgetting either their password or their security questions and asking it to be reset by one of our staff. Next, 17% of members asking for non-login questions, like how to upload documents, how to navigate the portal, to get to the functionalities or documents that they may need, and how to update their personal information or security questions through the portal. While the third most calls we get at 12% are other login questions that members will have. For example, if they experience error messages that they are not familiar with, or if they need help resetting their browser histories.
So, what has been done to help bring down the call wait time? Well, since the launch of the LACERA support queue, we have averaged 94 calls per day, answering 91 calls per day in this queue. We are exceeding the expectation of the set key performance indicator, which is to answer 80% of our calls within 60 seconds or less. On top of this, we've updated the AVR options to include the LACERA queue. We added 2.5 full-time employees to help answer the calls on the member services queue as of August 15th. We had to temporarily reassign some staff. We accelerated and completed the call center training on customer service, which is usually done after the core benefits training has ended.
And overall, for the period of August 1st to the 29th, this LACERA queue has helped member services reduce the wait time in the main member services queue by 15 minutes since its implementation. Staff was also able to handle 109 more calls between the 2 queues because we are able to resolve technical issues immediately. And also the abandoned calls decreased by 67% in the member services queue because we were able to answer more calls between the 2 queues. Ultimately, this LACERA queue implementation has led to a better member experience in terms of our queue wait times and calls answered compared to the previous months this year in 2022. In terms of what's next, we will continue to focus on reducing call wait times and improving member experiences with the next few activities that are in our pipeline. The first is the multi-factor authentication release in late October, which is expected to reduce the calls asking to reset their password and security questions, because members will be able to do it themselves through their mobile phones or their emails. The second, there will be 9 trainees transferred to member services in October 2022, and 6 more will be transferring in December 2022, which will replace previously lost staff due to promotion and retirement. Lastly, the automated callback queue through Amazon Connect is being developed for implementation in mid to late September. This will give the members the option to get called back instead of waiting in the queue. With that, we would now like to open the floor to any questions that you may have.
Are there any questions or comments?
Sounds great.
Yeah, thank you both very much for this introduction and overview. It's really appreciated.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So we are now on to items for staff review, item 4 on the agenda. Terry, do we have anything?
I do not have anything.
About 5 items for future. I guess that's actually a new question for the trustees. Does anyone have items for future agendas they'd like to propose? Then let's go to good of the order. If no one objects, we're already in the start of our 5th hour and we do have an executive session. So I'll just throw it open. If anyone wishes to provide a good of the order, go ahead and do it. And if not, we will move on. All right. Again, staff, I think we all were really appreciative and pleased with these presentations. So thank you again to everyone who worked on them. We are now ready for our executive session. So Terry, would you sort of guide us through that, please?
So at this time, if you're not participating in the executive session, you may be dismissed from the meeting now. Chair Bernstein, one moment while we turn off the live stream and clear the meeting platform.
Thank you.